There was this man with his family. He went on a trip. They went out on this ship, and the ship or the boat, it fell apart. There was a storm, it fell apart. From this family, only this woman survived. Her body came up on the shore. She didn't know where she was, in the middle of nowhere. She opened her eyes, saw a young man is there. And this young man had the wrong intentions, yes? And in those moments, this young man saw that this lady, her body started to shake, shiver. He said, "What are you so worried about? Why are you so scared?" He said, "I'm afraid of him." He thought to himself for a second, you're afraid even though I'm the one forcing you. I'm the one who's imposing this sin upon you, yes? But you're afraid. What does that say about me? I should be more fearful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, you know what? It's time to change things around. He left her. He went on his way back home, the narration says. On his way back home, he ran into a monk, a rahib, the fourth Imam says. The monk saw him, saw this young man coming. They were on the same path. As they were continuing on the same path and they were conversing with one another, the monk looked into the sky, saw the sun is beaming, it's very hot. He said, listen, let's pray to Allah so that He sends a cloud or something to cover the sun. And then he turned to this young man. He said, you must have a pure heart. Why don't you pray? The young man looked at him and said, listen, you don't know the type of person I am. I don't think I have any status in the eyes of God. He kept insisting. He kept saying no. At one point, the monk said, okay, we'll compromise. You know what we'll do? I will do the dua. You just add on and tag on an Ameen at the end. This young man said, fine, I know it's not worth anything, but I'll do it. So what did he do? He said, oh Allah, send us a cloud or something to protect us. And this young man said, Ameen. And they carried on with their path. All of a sudden, the clouds started to come and so on and so forth. And as they continued, they reached a point where now they were going to split from one another. And the paths began to split. And this young man went one way, and the rahib went the other way. And the cloud went which way? The cloud went with this young man all of a sudden. This monk looked at him, he said, whatever you have done and whoever you are, you have a greater status in the eyes of God compared to me.